There we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Dugout Football Channel for another lockdown chat. Yes, I am very, very sorry. I've not had the chance to do these lockdown chats for a wee while, but I wanted to get this person on the show because obviously I met him through that United Family podcast, and he's fairly new to YouTube, like me as well. But I'm delighted to welcome Russell Bland to the Dugout Football Channel. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good, Doug, mate. Yeah, not too bad. I think we just had a quick chat off camera, and I just said I've just been baking in the sun.
Yeah.
And burnt my face, and burnt my neck, and burnt my arms. Because I said to you before, like, I just every year when the sun comes out, I forget that I'm ginger, and then the sun reminds me. So
Yeah.
apart from tingling a bit, mate, and needing some cream and some TLC, I'm good. Yeah, yourself?
Yeah, not too bad. Obviously, I was out earlier this morning. I was out with Ziggy earlier. So that managed to have a wee run with him. So I think I've tired him out though. So that was good. But
Is this your dog?
Yes.
Is that a picture up there as well?
Yeah.
Oh, right, wicked, nice, mate.
Yeah. So he's a good laugh. So obviously, all these lockdown chats. First question after I have to ask you is, what have you been doing during this lockdown?
I've been trying to keep myself as creative as possible, Doug. I've always got 101 things going on in my head, and because there's no work on at the moment, I have no work whatsoever. I've just been this YouTube channel that I've started, probably like 8 Sleep United Repeat, has took up so much of my time. Trying to do that, and also just drinking a lot, Doug. I've turned into a bit of an alky. I bought 2 litres of gin last Wednesday, thinking, I'll tell you what, that'll last me 3 or 4 weeks. Go to shop after this.
Yeah.
So I'm all out. I've got a bit left, but I'm like, yeah, that's what it's turned into for me. And playing Fortnite with my son because he's obsessed with it, and he's vulnerable. He's got asthma, so I've not been able to see him, sadly. So we've been FaceTiming as much as we can, and he's been getting me on Fortnite with his friends, and they've just been embarrassing me, really, to be honest. They've been mugging me off, telling me how bad I am. You know, I'm not bad for a 35-year-old dad, you know what I mean? But these kids are just like exceptional. So yeah, that's been pretty much me in lockdown, matey.
To be honest with you, it's been the same for me. I've been really just basically working and just trying to keep active. You know, I can't sit around the house all day. Like, I'm not one of these people that does that. So I like to keep active. I like going on walks, obviously with Ziggy as well. So
yeah, mate. I'd love to have a dog.
Yeah.
I've always had him like growing up in the family, but I've never felt responsible enough as an adult. Even though I've got a son, you know, I've managed to keep him alive till he's 12. I think I should try with a dog next. See how it goes.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, we were speaking off air that obviously Russell and we are kind of new to YouTube. Obviously, Russell's just started his YouTube channel. I have to say, it's a very catchy name.
Thanks, mate.
Very, very catchy. What made you came up with that name?
I put it out to everybody on Twitter because I thought I don't want the responsibility of doing a new project and then coming up with a name that's just awful. So I think I came up with about 32 ideas, put them into group stages, and everybody on Twitter voted for it in the end. So fair play to them. If people don't like it, it's not my fault.
Yeah, definitely. No, that's a very, very good name. And you're at 111 subscribers, is that right?
113. Lost one today. Lost my first subscriber.
Oh.
Don't know. Might be a clerical error, Doug.
Yeah, I think so. Just keep doing what you're doing, and I'm sure you'll get to. What am I on? 268, I think, at the moment. So I'm sure you'll get to that number as well. Now, obviously, we were meant to be doing this on Monday, but unfortunately, due to illness, you weren't able to do it. No problem. Big news came out that Paul Ince had decided to say that Sandro shouldn't join United because of Ollie. Now, I have to get your reaction to this. What was your reaction when you saw Paul Ince saying Sancho shouldn't go to Man United because of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer?
It was the same reaction that I always have to whenever Paul Ince opens his mouth. Really, he's like the Katie Hopkins of football. You know what I mean? Just not just annoying and not consistent with anything that he says. But yeah, it took me back a bit, and I've read it. I've read what he said, and the only point that you can clearly give Paul Ince from that is that he's, you know, Ollie doesn't have massive experience, and we all know that. So what he meant to do, just never ever give him the chance to show that he can do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think Ollie has got that in his locker. Like, Fred's improved. Now, Fred's put a lot of that down to Michael Carrick.
Yeah.
Obviously, that takes the man management of Solskjaer to say, right, this is what we need here. You go off and do that with Fred. Rashford's improved. McTominay, Maguire, even Martial. So that there's clearly some kind of personal development going on in there.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes, to just, for me to say Paul Ince is talking a load of crap, and the fact Ollie was the reserve manager. You know what I mean? He's worked with youth team players. He had players like Raphael and another lad called Pogba we might have heard of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He had them under his tutelage, and I think they've turned out all right, haven't they?
Yeah, definitely. Just came across as salty and bitter. I think, for me personally, I think he's still bitter about his United exit. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, 100% agree. I think whenever you look on Twitter, as soon as Paul Ince opens his mouth, all you have to do is go to the comments and it's salty, 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 salty. Just because you didn't win the treble, salty, 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 salty. And I don't know where I think he needs to start thinking before he lets stuff out of his mouth as well.
I know.
I've just crushed him there in like a 2-minute segment. And I didn't play professional football at Old Trafford, right? He just, I just think he likes the controversy, doesn't he? I think he likes it. Keeps him in the spotlight.
Yeah. And also the fact that his son hasn't done very well either.
It's a shame as well that, because I thought he was going to be an half decent player when he came through. He looked like he had like a lot of pace about him. He looked like he was something new. He was something fresh. But he's never quite made it at dizzy heights either, has he? Maybe he's got an attitude problem like his father.
No. Yeah, probably.
Where's he at now, Tom?
No,
is he still at Derby? Am I way behind?
Stoke, I think.
Is he?
I think it's Stoke. Yeah, I think it's Stoke. But yeah, remember when Paul Ince tried to get him to go to AC Milan and Inter Milan? That just didn't work out.
That's just the expectation of Paul Ince, isn't it? You know what I mean? Probably thinking way above his own stations, way above his son's own stations. I think maybe, even though I did quite like him as a player, maybe I bought into a bit of that hype, thinking, well, if his dad's saying that, he must be good. So that it's only made his descent in football even more tragic when you're being marked up against like the two Milan clubs. So
I know. But obviously that's Paul Ince, and that's a problem, unfortunately. Although yesterday, Di Maria's wife came out and said Manchester is a shithole.
Yeah.
What a way to basically get yourself unliked within seconds.
It's just, thing is, he is salty. He's disgruntled. He's a bit of a knob, right? We all know that. She's just a different kind of gravy, isn't she? She's being personal attack, saying the women were skinny. She didn't know if they were going to try and eat her or something. She said, or kill her. English food shit. Yeah, well, it's not the best. We know there's better cuisines in the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's just disgusting, isn't it? Why would you want to have a personal attack on people like that? I ended it back. I retaliated. I put a few choice words on Twitter about it. Ones that I couldn't share on YouTube, mate. But yeah, horrible individual.
Yeah, absolutely. So obviously because of this pandemic striking, Manchester United were in very, very good form before obviously this struck. You'd obviously beaten Manchester City. How would you sum your season up as a whole? Because it has been up and down, hasn't it?
It's been progressive, hasn't it? There's now like flickers of light that you can go towards that you're happy about. If it had stayed the way it was in like November, December, right now, then I think we'd be having a completely different conversation, Doug. But yeah, it's been positive. There's a good outlook moving forward, and a lot of people have mentioned we have been unlucky in certain games, and luck does play a massive part. We could be easily 15 points better off, just through last minute goals. Yeah, and just bad luck basically. But right now, I'm excited, mate, and I hope Pogba stays as well. I hope Pogba sees what's happening, and I think he does. And just to see him link up with Bruno would be amazing. Even though before I didn't read it, I was just about to before I came on with you. There was some rumour of Bruno suggesting that there's a spat already between them. So it was the Daily Mirror. It was the Daily Mirror who was saying it. So,
right.
But I'm gonna have a look at that afterwards. But yeah, it's been progressive if I was to use one word.
Yeah. Do you regret the fact that you got Bruno in January, not last summer?
Yeah, I think everybody does, don't we? I don't know why we didn't, just try everything, move like heaven and hell to get him at Old Trafford last summer. I think it would be a massive story, completely different story. And yeah, I think we'd be comfortably. I don't think we would have been challenging whatsoever because you guys and City, I think, are still the next level away from us, and we need a couple more signings yet. But I think we'd be sat just below you two now, thinking right, we know what's, and we'll see what happens next season. But I think that's where we'll be again, depending who we bring in this summer.
And then obviously, whenever this pandemic obviously goes away, and obviously football comes back, obviously with the rumours that the Bundesliga has now been confirmed to be back on the 16th of May. Are you looking forward to actually seeing some football again on TV?
I am, mate. I'm apprehensive about it all because I don't know. We don't live in Germany, so we can't really speak for them. We don't really know how the pandemic's working for them, what restrictions they're going to make sure no one contracts coronavirus moving forward. But I'm excited. Yeah, of course I had to watch a bit of footy. I've been over and been in Dortmund before, so they're kind of my like German team if I had to go to one. So I'll be looking forward to seeing them check there. Looking forward to just watch some football, mate. It won't be the same. It won't be the same as watching the Premier League. Of course it won't be, but just be nice, mate, to watch like 11 versus 11 and get a bit excited.
Obviously, Sancho watch for you, and obviously Werner watch for me.
Werner watch for you.
It's gonna be fantastic, and yeah, like you say, I'm really looking forward to the Bundesliga. I have to obviously ask you, obviously you're a rival fan. What have you made of Liverpool this season?
I don't want you to ask me that one, mate. Why did you? Through gritted teeth. Yeah, you've been great, mate. Simple as that. I know we can be bitter and we can say stuff like, "Oh, worst team to ever win league" and all this. Because to be fair, when you look at your squad, it's like it's not a bunch of world beaters by any means, but you've got something that we had for many years, and that's an absolutely genius manager and coach in Jurgen Klopp. And I'm envious that he went to you and he didn't come to us. I won't lie. But yeah, you've been they're pushing that high to pick up the ball. You'd think even after December, everybody knew what you were doing. Still can't stop it. Not many teams can stop it. I don't know if you were getting tired near just before the pandemic because you started, slipping up, losing a few games. The Watford 3-0, the draw with us, which you were lucky with. Yeah. But apart from that, yeah, you've outclassed most teams this season. Like, not just the lower teams. The top six as well, you've took everybody on, and looks like if it comes back, you're gonna win it, aren't you? And deserve it. Nothing to say otherwise.
That is, I know it's obviously disappointing to go out of the FA Cup. It's obviously disappointing to go out of the Carabao Cup, but I think I think the main thing for me this season has been the league. I think to end 30 years of wait for a Premier League title, but I mean, obviously everyone says that obviously we're waiting 30 years. Spurs, I think, are waiting something. Was it 61 years or something? It's absolutely crazy. So, I think people forget about the fact that they obviously remind us of that, but obviously they don't remind Spurs of that. So, but yeah, the league has been our priority this season. Champions League would have been a bonus as well. And now looking at it, that game should never have gone ahead because 2,500 Madrid fans came over to Liverpool, and Liverpool is probably now the second highest infected city out of London. So it's there's twists and roundabouts to that one, but I'm pleased with the way it's gone. Yes, obviously this pandemic is strong. We're obviously 2 wins away from the. Two wins.
Only 9 games. 9 games left.
9 games left, yeah.
You could mess that up still then.
I know. But yeah, 25 points clear. I think City can only get something like 28 points out of the last 9 games. So
yeah,
it's not looking good for them. But yeah, it's disappointing that this pandemic has obviously struck. When do you think the Premier League will return?
I think they're going to force it through, aren't they? Money talks. Not just with the Premier League and all the viewing rights and TV rights. Like I bet even people like the betting organisations are getting onto them and saying, "Listen, let's get it back as soon as possible," because I bet they're losing out millions as well. I think you might try and do like a mad 2-week session. End of June, beginning of July, and then start the next season, maybe middle of September or something like that, and just have to have a really busy period at times to get through stuff. Because I heard there was a chat at one point of just getting rid of the League Cup, so then just for a season, just so there's not too much congestion if it comes to that. Is there a meeting this Friday?
Presumably, yeah.
I think there is, so we'll have a bit more clarity. Well, I say we'll have more clarity. I say that every time there's a meeting on a Friday, and I've not had any clarity since. So yeah, but I reckon maybe beginning of July do a mad 2-3 week session, but it's all dependent on this. So-called apparently dependent on the neutral ground idea. They reckon if that falls through, then they're out of ideas. So we'll see. What do you think?
Yeah. I think the more it goes, it gets to a stage where I think if they can't start it in June, then I think just sort of end it. End it. But then again, as a Liverpool fan, I don't want the league given to us. I want to win over 38 games because obviously you get ribbons, etc. on the Premier League title. So I don't want it to just be given to us, and then obviously I just have an asterisk at the top saying, "Oh, you won this title, but you didn't win it all through 38 games." So I think probably the best bet is probably the start of June. Then probably get it ended in July, and then obviously have maybe like a 3-4 week period, and then I think I'll probably start again. But obviously you guys are still in the FA Cup as well. I think you've got Norwich City next up. What do you think they'll do with the FA Cup?
This is another. Everyone's just thinking league, aren't they? League. But you got to remember that there's still FA Cup. There's still Champions League. There's still not for you guys, like. There's still not for us either. But and there's still Europa League as well to fixtures to contend with. So they've got to put all that into context and see if all that is feasible to do in a short space of time. I don't know. Obviously, I think we've got a massive chance of winning the FA Cup and the Europa League. So, as much as it's fun to say let's null and void it, because Liverpool don't win, we miss out on Champions League football as well, possibly next season. So it's.
And I've been saying all along that you are the form team going into. Obviously before this obviously struck, you were the form team going in. I don't think you had lost a game since Bruno came in. So that just says it all as well. And obviously there's been a lot of Ollie ins and Ollie outs as well. I think he's doing a good job because I think he's getting rid of the deadwood. I think he's getting his own players in. You've obviously got a Gallo who's scoring goals in the Europa League as well. Manchester United have a good future ahead of them, but I mean, obviously everyone is still going to say that Ollie, let's see what you can do next season, because I don't think he's going to be getting there. I don't think Man United will get rid of him.
No.
In all honesty.
I missed that.
So, what have you made of Ollie as Man United manager?
Every United manager that comes in, I'm always behind him. Doesn't matter who it is. Even when it was Moyes, I was behind him. Mourinho, Van Gaal, and I think there was just a special bit of hype, obviously, with Ollie because he's a United legend. But yeah, I've loved from somebody who supported United since the 80s, somebody who's like read up on the history of United and loves his club. It's exciting to watch what he's doing. I know what he's doing, and I might end up coming out with egg on my face saying stuff like that I think I know what he's doing, but it looks like he's doing everything we've done since the Munich air disaster, and that's it. You start again, you rebuild, and Fergie's done it. Fergie did it numerous times. You start again, you rebuild. And it's needed that at Old Trafford. We've tried to throw money at it, doesn't work. We still are going to throw money at it, but we've got young players coming through. You know, your Rashfords and your Greenwoods. Even further down the lines, you've got your Dylan Levitt, Ethan Laird. It's exciting times. And we've just signed some young lad from Barcelona today. I can't think of his name.
You've obviously got Hugo, I think, from Sunderland as well.
Yeah,
right? I think the academy as well. Yeah, I mean, look, you're building for the future, and that's the main thing. What would be your ideal transfer window? Obviously, if there is a transfer window, what would be your ideal transfer window?
Steel Werner from you, and Sancho for me. It's got to be Sancho. I think. Even though there's rumours now because of COVID, they don't want to seem disrespectful by splashing out £100 million on him, and I can understand that. But life goes on, so go and buy him. You know what I mean? Sancho would be perfect, and I think I think we do need a number 10. I think we need a really good number 10 who can be creative in front of Bruno and Pogba. There's always the Grealish Maddison argument going on, and for me, just because he's proven it a bit more over several seasons, it's Maddison for me. So I'd love to have Maddison sat in. Yeah, I'd love to see him sat in front of Bruno and Pogba. That'd be mine. If I had to make two signings, it'd be them two. I know people watch strikers. I
think Sancho is. I think Sancho will be a bit of a. I think he'll be expensive. Let's put it that way. I think Dortmund will put out all the stops to try and keep him, and I think 87 million was one thing I heard was 87 million, and then I read somewhere that someone made up of the fact that he may want to move to London because he's a Londoner.
You've heard that as well, have you? That you might want to.
Yeah. You might want to go to Chelsea. I don't see it somehow.
I can't see that whatsoever, to be quite honest. It's not too far. He could live in like Birmingham if he wanted to. Travel to work to Old Trafford. Then London's only an hour or two away as well. You know what I mean? I can't see that being a massive factor, to be quite honest. Unless he listens to Di Maria's wife. So.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to listen to her.
No, listen to
it. So obviously with the YouTube side of things, is there anything you do other than YouTube?
What in life?
Yeah.
Yeah, I perform stand-up comedy away from my Twitter and my YouTube world. So I go around and I speak to strangers and hope that they like me. which is a bit like Twitter as well, isn't it? Like, just have a chat with strangers, like, oh, do you like me? And so, usually they do. So yeah, and work as a PA as well, but that's on the line at the moment, so we won't talk about that. Bit crappy, but yeah, that's pretty much me out of that. And I've got my son as well, so we try and do as much as we can with each other. Loads of adventures, holidays. Took him on his first proper trip abroad last year, and to Portugal, and he absolutely loved that. So he's begging for another. Yeah, so he's begging for another holiday right now. But I've said to him, gives me a bit of time, saves me a bit of cash as well. I've said to him, listen, mate, I'm not booking anything because pandemic's just about to finish, and we don't know if places are going to go bust. And there is truth in that, but it also gives me an extra 8 months to save up for an holiday too.
No, definitely. Yeah, I mean, I was in Tenerife last year, and obviously, I got engaged to my darling fiance, who is a Man United fan.
Congratulations, mate. Anyway, by the way, yeah.
Thank you very much.
She's a United fan. How does that work out?
To be honest, her dad's a Man United fan, so if she didn't move away from being a Man United fan, I think her dad would disown her, to be honest with you. But
I once dated a Liverpool fan. Worst thing I ever did in my life. You know what I mean? I was naive enough to think it might work. Right? I was like, this could work. She's a nice girl. We watched a game in her living room. It's Liverpool versus United. I don't know, years ago now. Like 10 years ago. And she got aggressive and just like kicked me in the chest, like, off the settee. I walked out. That was the end of it, literally. Proper like right in my chest. I went flying off. Her son was in the room and he was having a go at her. Like he's a Liverpool fan. He's like, you can't do that. And I was like, no, you can't. See you later. So.
Oh my gosh.
I know. So that's taught me from now on, never date a rival fan. So you've managed to make it work, mate. Congratulations to you, but clearly doesn't work for me.
Oh my goodness! No, I don't think she would do that. No, definitely not. I think, because obviously she's not really big on her football, but she loves to wind me up. Whenever Liverpool lose, she likes to wind me up. She likes to wind me up over Man United, Liverpool as well.
Like a style.
Oh yeah. But no, obviously Tenerife last year was absolutely fantastic, and This obviously lockdown has kind of made me realise that I was very, very lucky to go there last year.
Yeah.
Had we gone there this year, you would obviously have to have flights cancelled and like hotel cancelled. So I'm really, really glad that I managed to get over to Tenerife. And you'll be the same, getting over to Portugal with your son as well.
Yeah. Oh, massively. I went to. It was like, because first holiday with him as well. It was just magical, but it's hard work taking a kid on your own, because he was 11 then. Was he 11? Yeah, he was 11 then, and just high energy, mate. I was knackered. So I took myself away to Spain in September on a solo trip, and I wanted a nice relaxing one. And I went to Lloret de Mar in Spain, and I didn't know Lloret de Mar was like the capital of partying in Spain, and I nearly died, mate. I was a mess. I went on my own, and I must have made.
Lloret de Mar.
I was a mess. Honestly, people just grabbing me like, "Are you English? Yeah, come and join us." And I just lushing it for 7. I went for a nice, relaxing holiday. I took like 3 books with me. Didn't read a page, I don't think.
Yeah. So obviously I've been given some questions on because obviously I asked for questions and obviously no one got back to me, which was very, very nice. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
But obviously I did get some on private messenger. What should happen to the Premier League with everything going on, do you think?
But not what I think what will happen, what I think should happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you should cancel it, mate. I just think there's too much at stake. I don't think when I say cancel it, I don't know what decision they come to about who wins what and whatnot. I couldn't comment on that, but I think personally, if we don't know we're going to be completely out of danger, it's got to be shut down for me, and then just get ready for next season.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I would like it to continue, but I just think the more this goes on, and obviously, obviously, you're reading stories today that the UK is the highest death toll, which is really, really bad when you think about it. But yeah, the more this goes on, I think they're just gonna have to say, like, enough's enough. We just have to get this done. Either this done or basically just decide no promotion, no relegation. But I do believe that's off the table, so that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
I suppose the other sort of which would be very, very weird is that if they did cancel the season, obviously give Liverpool the league, and then get like the teams that are sitting first and second in the Championship up, West Brom and Leeds. So then again, you probably have about 3 or 4 relegations next season. That would be something else. But again, that would be reconstruction, and I just don't want that to happen.
Yeah, they said about extending the league to 24 or something, didn't they? 22. Yeah, that's the first thing they came up with, wasn't it? And I thought that sounded quite a decent idea, to be honest. But yeah, that would be a congested season, that, right? But
and obviously you wouldn't like to see Leeds back up, would you?
Well, it's Leeds and Liverpool, isn't it? It's worst season ever. It's crippling, mate. Honestly, it's just disgusting for United to see that. Hope it doesn't happen every year.
I know. It's not been. I think it's been probably the nightmare of scenarios for a United fan is that looking at Liverpool winning the league, and then obviously Leeds potentially coming back up, and then obviously you had Liverpool winning the Champions League last season as well. So, but no, look, I think the main thing is that obviously if they get this season done, then I think League Cup has to go next season. I think FA Cup, I think they have to get rid of replays. Replays drive me insane, but I just think they did have to scrap those for maybe a season.
Yeah, I do like a good replay, me though. I'm still fully invested in the magic of the FA Cup. I love it. It's what it was like growing up as a child. It was the one that you always wanted to win. Even obviously you wanted to win the league, but the cup was just something. There's always something been magical about it for me, and there always will be. But I think you're right. Replays just for a season.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it comes to that, and we'll get a congested kind of format moving forward in the Premier League, then yeah, I'm with you on that.
And then obviously the Europe as well. I mean, could we potentially see one-legged, knockout ties? I mean, that's something else that's been asked about. But again, you love your home and away Champions League and Europa League ties. So that would really spoil it for me if you took those away.
If it's going to be one leg, I think because it's such a predominantly two-legged competition, would they do that at a neutral ground? You see, or are they just going to say whoever gets drawn home first?
Yeah, absolutely. Another question, obviously, is coming with Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi dominating the Ballon d'Or. Obviously, when they retire, who do you think would be the next one to win that?
It's a tough one, mate. It's not as if there's only two coming through. Not two like that. You know what I mean? There's like a group of like 10, 15 players, and none of them are the superstars that Cristiano and Messi are. But probably love to see Rashford win it if he can develop himself as a great player. But Sancho's got a chance, I imagine. Werner, Neymar. Neymar just doesn't seem to want to live up to his complete ability. If he could focus on it, he could dominate the Ballon d'Or after them two have gone. Even Virgil van Dijk, mate. Just because of his influence on one team, he's just been astronomical. And what's his name from Norway lad, Ireland?
Holland. Yeah.
He could go on to win it as well. I think I'm probably overlooking a few there, but off the top of my head.
Kylian Mbappe?
Oh, Mbappe. You see, there's so many of them that could challenge for it. It will be interesting I don't want to ever see them two ever retire, to be honest. But once they've gone, there's a whole host of players. It'd be a tough one for the obviously people who are having to pick that, who get a vote on it. So yeah,
I know it's going to be very, very interesting. But yeah, you've got players like Kylian Mbappe. I suppose I was going to say Lewandowski, but again, he's another one coming to the end of his.
Coming to the end, isn't he? Yeah, great player though.
Yeah. Oh yeah, brilliant player. But I agree with Sancho. I think he's going to be fantastic.
Yeah.
Van Dijk. I mean, obviously he was a European Player of the Year, but obviously he finished second in the Ballon d'Or, which I think is pretty good.
Anyway.
But that season, last season, was just something else. He was probably, I wouldn't say better than Messi, but I mean everyone said that Van Dijk had a very good season last season. I think it would have been a bit. I think it would have been a bit controversial had he won it, but no, Messi definitely. But yeah, Ronaldo. What have you made of Ronaldo's move to Juventus? Do you think he's the same player or not?
It's a different kind of football, isn't it? It's not as open as Spanish league is, but I think he's still notched over 40 goals in all competitions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ridiculous still. And a fair play to him. I think he likes to make new challenges for himself, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I don't know if he'll ever win the Ballon d'Or again.
I don't know.
It'd be a tough ask, to be honest, because he can shine in that league, and I'm sure he'll be Player of the Year in that league for every season that he competes in it. But to stand out against Messi, who's the only superstar really standing out in the La Liga now.
Yeah,
it's going to be a tough one. But fair play to him for taking on a new challenge for me, Doug.
Yeah, definitely. And the final question I've been asked is, thoughts on Ashley Young leaving Manchester United when he did? Was it the right decision for him to leave?
Yeah, I think it was. I think he could see what was going on. I think he could see that, he's a great servant. You know what I mean? He never was the greatest player in the world, but he put his heart and his soul into United when he was there. You know what I mean? He wasn't naturally a fullback. But when asked to do it, he did it, and he did it to the best of his ability. And I think he can see what's happening at Old Trafford. He can see that there's a lot of young blood coming through. And I think it's perfect timing for him to say, right, thanks very much.
Yeah.
Time for me to move on, kind of thing. So, yeah. What do you reckon on that?
Yeah. I mean, I think he was coming to the end of his Man United career. I think you could kind of see that. I think Inter Milan seems to be a home for sort of, old Premier League players. Obviously, Eriksen's going there. That's weird. It's very, very weird. Obviously, you've got Alexis Sanchez as well. Yeah, big question. What would you do with him next season?
I don't know, because I think in my heart of hearts, I still kind of think that Arsenal player that he was is going to come out again. But it's not come out at two clubs since. It's not come out here. It's not come out at Inter Milan. So how's it going to magically reappear again when he comes back? I'd love him to come back and prove me wrong and just be that player that I expected him to be, that we knew he was. Not expected, that we knew he was. But I think it's best off now, whilst we're in a rebuild and we're developing, to just knock it on the head. Try and find him a new home, mate.
Yeah. Definitely. Well, Russell, it's been an absolute pleasure to chat.
Loved it, mate.
And obviously, we will probably see you on more podcasts with that United family. No doubt about it. Where can we find you on your socials, so that I obviously have them in the description below as well? For
pretty much right now, only Eat Sleep United Repeat on YouTube and Stretford End _10 on Twitter. So yeah, follow me if you wish. Yeah.
I will do that. Yeah, please go and subscribe to Russell's channel. I'm sure you will have 200 subscribers in no time.
Come on.
So come on. But no, guys, please go and subscribe to Russell. Fantastic guy. pity about the team he supports, but I'll let that
Yeah,
away.
yeah.
But no, thank you very much for watching, and if you do like my content, please hit that subscribe button. That'd be absolutely fantastic. Smash the like on this video as well. And guys, stay safe. I know it's difficult. I keep saying it, but stay safe. And yeah, we'll see what develops later on. But thank you very much for watching, and I'll speak to you all very, very soon. Take care, everyone. Bye bye for now.